I started working with Athletics Ireland in August, and my role predominantly involves coach education and kind of liaising with clubs across the Munster region and so on. We're hopefully always trying to increase our numbers and get a lot more people involved in participating in athletics. I do believe, contrary to the belief that athletics isn't for everyone, I do think that there is an event or competition or just a training for everyone. There is something for everyone. There's a range of events out there, from road racing to track and field to mountain running. There's always something for someone, and I do think athletics has a lot of benefits for people in improving their overall health and fitness and developing their overall athleticism. It is kind of hard at times because people think that athletics is all about kind of torturing yourself and running laps of an all pitch, but thankfully the sport is actually so much more than that, and it does stand you in so many other ways. Like it improves your overall strength, balance, coordination, agility, everything, and your aerobic and anaerobic capacities. What we're finding though, that even though we are competing against some of the bigger sports like the GA and the rugby, like there is a huge window of opportunity there for athletics to transfer into the other sports. Like even if you think back on, say, the likes of some Limerick sporting people at the moment, like Fiona Doyle, she's competing for swimming in Ireland, Robbie Hanley and Barry Nash in the Limerick Senior Hurling panel, and the likes of Paddy O'Connor, who now is taking the soccer world by storm. We have been very, very lucky that all these people have competed, and it's brought them to a great level of in their own sports now. We're not trying to poach anyone from their other sports, but we are trying to give an extra bit to it. Athletics is the foundations of so many other sports, and it would benefit so many if they could just buy into it and so on. The thing is that like people think that you're born fast. Yeah, there is some sort of natural elements to it, but it's not that you aren't fast, or a child isn't fast, or an adult isn't fast. They just don't know how to move properly. And athletics, it is all about optimal functioning of the body and applying it as best as you can, and it would benefit so many sports. Like I'm sure someone like Darren Sweetman, he's well able to catch a high ball. He'd be well able to high jump as well if he put his mind to it. But it's huge, and it could benefit so many sports if people just kind of bought into it. Yeah, and you think of like, I have to be competing on a track. You don't. You could be a road runner. You could be competing in the long jump. Like there's jumps, sprints, endurance. There's loads to cater for. Like you could be a really powerful athlete and you could be brilliant at the jumps and so on like that. It could be there's all shapes and sizes in athletics. And people are always testing those barriers. Usain Bolt, for example, he was apparently too tall to be a sprinter, and he's gone on and broken every single world record that there is. There's no standard or fixed composition of an athlete. Everyone is different, and I think that's what is so great about athletics. We are advancing in putting on a strength and conditioning workshop. It's with Fergal O'Callaghan of Munster Rugby as well, and again, because athletics, we try to pull ideas from other sports and so on like that, and we would like to open it up to a lot more people, to hopefully get them involved in athletics as well, and maybe think a bit more like developing their overall athleticism and not just becoming big and strong. We're always constantly trying to develop athletes long term and not just quick results. We want it to go on for a little bit longer. So Fergal's going to be talking about some of the methods of training, principles, coaching methods, so on like that, how to decide on a program, how to plan for a program, individualize it for an athlete, and just give a few exercises and so on that could benefit. And it can be, the course is also open to be anything what people are looking for, so it'll be practical for a rugby coach, it's practical for a hurling coach. It's again about developing the overall athlete and not just one specific.
Yeah, and you mentioned there that it's not just for individuals, it can be for coaches involved with teams as well, that they can take something back to their own sports.
It's aimed at the coaches again, because they'll be like, better for the coach to understand it and put, again, long-term structures and quality coaching into it, and again, hopefully take some new coaching philosophies from it and maybe buy into athletics a little bit more to develop their own athletes.
And the time and details for that course?
So that course is taking place on the 19th of April in the Absolute Hotel, and it's kicking off from 6:30 to 9:30. And the cost of the course is €20. It's open to all sports, so everyone is welcome, all levels, all abilities.